Good day, viewers. Welcome here on today's program. This is City Stand, and I'm Michael Adefule. We appreciate all of you for joining us today, 15th of May 2025. We say welcome on the program. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for staying glued to the channel. All right, today's edition of the program, we have the Vanguard newspaper and the Punch newspaper. What are these dailies telling us this morning? Boldly written on the front page of the Punch newspaper, what is Moyele Shure saying concerning the UTME results that are state controversy in the country. Shure says they are useless. Shure says they are useless. That's on JAMB results. And on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have it here, mass failure. Mass failure. JAMB bus whips as human error forces Lagos Southeast resist. JAMB bus whips as human error forces Lagos Southeast receipts. Yeah, Lagos State students and Southeast students will be receipting for the JAMB examination. All right, on to the next one. Down the paper, PDP crisis worsens as Southeast caucus moves defection. PDP crisis worsens as Southeast caucus moves defection. On entertainment, Afrima 2025, what do we have? AU, that's the African Union, awards host city rights to Lagos. African Union awards, that's Afrima, host city rights to Lagos. This is on page 6 of the Punch newspaper. Another one, this is on page 19. NNPCL didn't remit 500 billion naira revenue in 2024, says World Bank. And on top of the paper, we have the picture of President Bola Tinubu there. And what's the picture illustrating there? On rising insecurity, Tinubu governors to deploy 130,000 new forest guards nationwide. New forest guards nationwide. President Bola Tinubu and governors are to deploy 130,000 new forest guards nationwide. I hope this will put an end to the raging insecurity in the country. On to the next one, the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard at the stand this morning was the Vanguard saying on insecurity. This is a very, very disheartening one, a disappointing one to say bandits feed our babies to their dogs. This is coming from a senator in Zamfara state. Bandits feed our babies to their dogs. According to the report I got, these bandits fed twin babies, twin to their dogs. This is a very sad development as regard insecurity in the country. Says bandits now established as de facto authorities over local residents, military more determined than ever to go after terrorists, says CDS. Worrisome insecurity is spillover from Sudan, Niger, says British envoy. Enough of this story. What Nigerians need is solution to insecurity in Nigeria. That is what we need. On 2025 UTME, JAMB admits error, says 379,999 candidates to retake exam. 379,999 candidates to retake exam. ASU threatens legal action. Admission of error acceptable, says NAPTAN. Now down to page 19 of the Vanguard Municipal Cybercrime Act. Federal government partners, mass media orders on review, says Information Minister. And on sports, what do we have? 2025 under 20 AFCON. Accords upbeats Super Eagles will beat South Africa. Away from that to Cybercrime Act, Federal Government partners, mass media orders on review, says Information Minister. And the last story we have here on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper: Customs intercepts explosives concealed in 5 cartons of Quran. Customs intercepts explosives concealed in 5 cartons of Quran. All right, let's quickly meet our reviewers for more analysis on what we have this morning. And if you check the headlines we have this morning, you see something concerning Alex Otti, the Abia State Governor, and the presidential flag bearer of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, talking about Peter Obi. What are they facing under Labour Party? The crisis is still going on. Abure versus Otti, Abure versus Peter Obi. Abure yesterday said he's going to expose Obi, but we don't really know how this feud will go, between Abure and Peter Obi. Peter Obi has been silent for some time. He has been silent for some time over the issue going on in the Labour Party. Also, an affiliate of Ohaneze Indigo has said that no matter the support the governor of Anambra State, Soludo, is giving to President Bola Tinubu, it will not yield any positive results. Yeah, of course, Oyezi said it earlier this week or last week that no matter the support from Soludo, that doesn't mean that the citizens of Anambra or the Igbo citizens will vote for President Bola Tinubu come 2027 election. All this will be discussed this morning, as well as this sad report coming from a Zamfara lawmaker that the twin baby were given to bandits dogs. They fed these twin babies. Yeah, this is a very serious issue. Very serious issue. This as a result of the lack of security we are still talking about in the country, in the entity called Nigeria. All right, let's quickly join Oyeze this morning. Oyeze is here with us at the stand this morning. All right, in the comment section, I also have Egbona Kingsley. If I'm not making a mistake, let me quickly check through the messages. Okay, Egbona Kingsley, all the way from Madrid, is here with us this morning. Good morning, Michael. And Paul, we say good morning to you. Oluwa Shegun Oladimeji Adelani is also here and is saying, good morning, City Eastern Crew, and we say good morning to you. He's watching us all the way from London. Good morning. You're welcome. Yeah. And please let us do it with derogatory statement. Do let us attach any tribal sentiment to any conversation we are discussing this morning. Let us keep the rules and regulations. The rules and regulations are intact. All right. Oyezi, thank you so much for that.
Good morning.
Talking about insecurity in the country, you can see on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, bandits feed our babies to their dogs. This is absurd.
It's not. When I look at Nigerian news media reporting definitely what is happening, I know that a lot of columnists, a lot of editors, a lot of opinions a lot of things have been written about, the way forward for Nigeria concerning the known fact that Nigeria is under serious threat. In fact, Nigeria is under war. There's war in Nigeria. There's no two ways about it. There is war ongoing in Nigeria. This issue of Boko Haram, not Boko Haram, why are they using bandits? Because they are all terrorists. I don't know. You see, that's the problem they were accusing the media of.
We shouldn't report.
What? No, using bandits. What do you mean by bandits? These are terrorists. These are people who are carrying a certain agenda and nobody's stopping them. Imagine a lawmaker
saying that.
Bro, you know why I don't trust Nigerian politicians? Bro, you know why I don't trust Nigerian politicians? I don't trust them. All these people that are making these statements now are all Zamfara is in the north. They started the issue of Sharia in Nigeria. They were the one that brought Sharia in Nigeria. They should not cry. They know they are this statement. Yes, unfortunately, yes, nobody will be happy to see this kind of a thing happen, where babies are being fed to terrorist dogs. It happened in Edo State. The same thing happened in Edo State. The woman was pregnant, and the husband was trying to rush in the midnight. They ran into Fulani herdsmen along the road. On the process, the woman delivered. They brought the dog to eat the baby. In Edo State. I'm just telling you. So it is not a new thing that's been happening. So what these lawmakers are, they are part of the system. They know who and who is responsible. They should not disturb us with this kind of a thing. I'm telling you, nobody should disturb. They know everything. The Hausas, the government themselves have noticed it. You see the Hausa boys now coming out to do the same thing we are doing. And they are mentioning them. They know he said the government of Nigeria know those who are behind this thing. Because when you see all these northern lawmakers, senators, whatever they call themselves, what is it? Don't listen to them. They are part of it. They know what they are doing. Most of them do not care about human beings. They know what they are doing. Can a lawmaker from the north come out and tell us the whole world that they don't know what is happening in the north and what is happening in the south concerning the issue of Boko Haram bandits? It's a lie. Nobody should deceive anybody. If they don't know, we have seen some Hausa people, youths, elderly men, professionals, businessmen, activists coming out to mention names that these people are behind what is happening in the north and they are in the government. See, they know what they want, and you can see at every look at those what happened. An entire military structure,
military formation in Borno State.
Another one just happened though. With hillocks, Boko Haram with hillocks enter the place. Nobody. stop them. Bros, let nobody deceive anybody. Bros, you understand? I just want to tell you. Well, Bola Tinubu knows the beginning of this thing. That's a fact. He knows what to do if he feel like, if he's feeling like he's getting threats from the north over 2027, and that if he begin to, deal decisively with them. But this one is going to bring the forest guard.
Yeah, about 130,000 forest guards.
Leave all those things. Those is not what Nigeria need to provide security. Nigeria
isn't it part of it?
No, bros, it cannot solve an inch. It cannot solve. Bros, it cannot solve anything.
Recruited into the system.
Bros, I'm telling you, bros, it cannot solve 1 naira. It cannot stop those people.
Now, if you are saying it cannot solve anything, it seems the Nigerian government has lost control.
The government too have lost control of the army. The government have lost control of the army. The army is no longer. What is the alternative now? He said, "Let us go and create forest guard."
Isn't it time to declare state of emergency?
The Nigerian army. That's what it means.
Isn't it time to declare state of emergency?
Bro, how are you going to declare state of emergency in the whole 36 states of the federation? Because Boko Haram is in all 36 states of the federation.
Even in Lagos here.
Yes, man, that's the truth. Mike, I'm telling you, that's the truth. They are here. And because I don't know why the Southerners are afraid of this thing, Northerners, to confront them once and for all. This thing is coming. People are shouting. Reverend fathers are talking. Catholic bishops are talking. Eminent Nigerians are saying it, that there is war in Nigeria.
Is it that easy to confront them?
Mike,
you saw the way they've been overrunning the military.
Mike, if you know what it means, consistently, you know what it means. And Nigerian soldiers have been killed. Bros, 300 soldiers killed in 3 months or 2 months. You don't know what 300 soldiers killed. You don't know what it means. You don't know what it means. I said it yesterday. Hamas entered Israel, took disalive 700
Israelis.
Israel within a space of time. The same day they declared war. I'm talking to you now. Over 60,000 Hamas terrorists has been killed. 60,000. Gaza, na football field now.
They've leveled it.
I said Gaza, na field. To the extent, is even Benjamin Harris even telling America we don't need any other military supply weapon from America anymore. We don't need it. Yes, yesterday, after signing a deal with Saudi Arabia, this worth over how many billions of dollars? He said, no, we don't need it again. That is a serious country. And this month was the month Israel was given independence, declared independence. Few days after, Biafra declared their own independence. The same month. See, my prayer for Bola Tinubu, if people are using this thing, you are part of it. Then under Jonathan, now you are the president. Southerners are dying on daily basis. Reverend fathers are being killed. Farmers are being disallowed in their farms in southern Nigeria, and they are telling you that they are not going anywhere. You bring local senators, they say there's security in the land. Our people say, Oga lie. They are the ones sponsoring what is happening, the killing in the south. And we are saying, whether they like it, instead they will give you headache, divide the country. Instead, they don't want restructuring, they don't want regionalism, they don't want state autonomy, absolute 100% state autonomy, regional autonomy, government. They don't want it. That means they are in for something.
This is serious.
But it's serious, so the way things are going now, it is serious. See, the day say this thing, they plan it. Yeah, they do it face by face. I remember a few years ago, said one of their spokesperson came there and said that they are almost done with the north, the middle belt, and their next target is the south. They say it with their mouths. These are people here in Lagos. They don't rent house. They don't contribute to the economy. They don't do anything. They don't care. They don't do anything. They are the ones that are operating in Lagos State day and night. Midnight, they're on the road. They're operating. And when you touch them, what happened in Abia State will happen in Lagos State. What happened in Abia? Some people caught planning herdsmen in the forest in the Unpack community. I said it yesterday. They contacted the commissioner of police in Abia State, who happens to be from Yobe. And what he arrested all the whole bishops for complaining that there's a herdsman there. So who are you? That is when you complain in Lagos, you see them driving Okada in the midnight. Even in that midnight, do you know how many Lagosians who ply the night that are being killed are stabbed by these people? Bro, that is the truth. And when you take the Okada, take it, catch me, they will cross the way. Then following day, the Okada will come outside.
I don't even know how Nigerians in diaspora will feel whenever they wake up to
you see,
listen to news or to watch news.
It's better they
see
stay
anything and
where you are.
All they hear on daily basis is
killing. Killing. What is this? Look, a mother after 9 months.
You never the baby after 9,
and they call their dogs. They come with dogs even.
Yes.
With the dog snake, they come with 1,000 Okada. They come with kilos. Look at the recent one. Was you can see military facilities very tight. They have surveillance, everything. And Boko Haram will come. So that means, the army is tired. The police are also tired. The intelligence unit has gone. See, when you start giving positions, they pretend and tell you, but I am telling you the truth, whether they like it, Mike, I'm saying it, that's the fact. They come on, okay, look at somebody that say, we are going to fight corruption. He's corrupt. He's the one looting Nigerian money. And he's coming out publicly to say, Nigeria, we are fighting corruption, EFCC is there, anybody. But behind the scene is the one looting the money.
Who is the person?
Mike, I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
What is happening in Nigeria?
Nigeria. Person telling you they will fight corruption.
No, they say they are fighting corruption.
The people telling us they will fight corruption are still the one looting.
The one that is telling you they are fighting corruption are the one looting behind the scene.
Which is uncalled for.
It is not uncalled for. Bro, I think somebody came to Nigeria and said, make Nigeria never happen to anybody. That is Nigeria for you. This thing you are seeing, insecurity, will now come out. Everybody will come out and say, the killing is too much. We are going to do this. We are going to do this. Okay? Your name is in the list. Erufai name is in the list. Atiku Abubakar is in the list. They mentioned them. Okay, you want me to play the video? They mentioned them one after another. They mentioned Buhari. Yes, Buhari was involved. Okay, I have the video. I can play the video by this Hausa boy. The man too that they said that when they call, they say, oh no, that side is no go area. When you mention his name, will deal with you. Because in Nigeria, you are championing secular Fulani society. You are championing secular Fulani ideology. You are championing secular Fulani politics. Bro, that's why I am afraid of the kind of politics Bola Ahmed is playing. Bros, what you were able to do, everybody to APC, that is Fulani political conquest, politically. And you can see, anybody go and mark it. The day the governor of Akwa Ibom said, if I say we go APC, the following day it was reported that the boundary between Akwa Ibom and Abia State has been taken over by the Fulanis. Am I not telling you something now about the Commissioner of Police? Beladi is that's his name. I don't know whether I'm correct, but the CP of Abia State under Alex Otti arrested. Instead of saying, where is these people? Okay, if you do this, they arrested those reverend fathers because they came to complain that they are there. Okay, look at it. And a lot of people in the southwest will not agree with you on this because it's only Ghanaian Adams that saw this in many years ago before now and started saying it the way it is. He said they have, I don't know, if I can remember, they said they are, you don't know how many cells they have in Lagos, how many cells, because the way they are going to operate in the bush is not the way they are going to operate in the urban areas.
The statement of British envoy that the worrisome insecurity in Nigeria is as a result of the spillover from Sudan and Niger is I think we need to take it seriously.
Bros, Mike,
I think this is as a result of how porous our borders are. No. How unserious
our leadership.
Yes.
When bros, when Ibrahim Traore came back from Russia, the same thing. They break into one of the biggest prisons in Burkina Faso and freed thousands of people.
Leadership.
He just came back from Russia. That the same day, they entered a particular prison in Burkina Faso and freed thousands of people, heavily armed. You know what I'm telling you? Why would such thing happen? See, bros, it might take time, but let us stand up for the reality.
But are they learning from what is happening in Burkina Faso?
But what is happening in Burkina Faso, you cannot say, okay, that the Britain has the largest gold deposit in the world. Where did they get the gold from? Is it not? See, bro, that's why sometimes I talk about Fela Nicolas Okuti. I'm not joking. Because are you more intelligent than Fela? You cannot be. He's good. You know them. He said, I am not interested in anything. He saw it that Africa are being manipulated by those who call themselves their colonial master. It's pure manipulation. And he said, no. Fela Nicolas Okuti. He said, it's the source of black man power. Black man has never discovered the power he has. The day black man rises and discovers that he has that power, that's what Fela is talking about. Britain stole all the gold and said, whoever steals will go to hellfire. But they still came to Africa. They still have they returned all they have the largest gold in the world. Britain reserve, they have it. Where did they get it from? Africa. But they say who steal this. Then when they want to give you loan, they give you billions of. They not say at the end of the day you carry the money back to them. Nigeria black man will steal the money again. They say no, they still carry and go give them back. At what level? But that's what I'm telling you. This guy said they are not sure that this democracy is actually working in Africa. Who is going to stand up and say Macron, Britain, all of them leave Africa and behave like China?
We want to know more.
Bro, let them what for what? Bro, I said it here. Say, why is it that China is using fig to eat rice? They don't want anything that has to do with foreign. They don't speak English.
And yet their country is the best.
Bros, you be God? Wait now and pray. We are going to heaven. I mean, black man believe in the same ideology they brought to us. They say, yes, we are. But that does not mean it should not work. I was just saying something about Benjamin Netanyahu. He said, no, enough of American supply weapon. We don't need it anymore. That Israel has the capacity to develop the kind of weapon they want without anybody getting involved. Trump, hold it. No. We don't need their supply again. But you know what we are talking about? At what time will we get? See, that's why I'm saying this clearly, that Nigeria bros, you know, it's just like what we are. I want to say, I want to use somebody to say a big thank you to the governor of Lagos State. I'm not your fan. I can never be a fan. So yes, he did something. There's something he's coming up with.
Okay.
He said monthly rentage in Lagos State must go through the process and they must be passed as a bill. No, bros, I'm telling you, because
I know you are seriously concerned about this.
Yes, no, this is a burden.
It's a body, serious one, serious body.
If Soludo can do that, can do that, I say big thank you to you. At least it's too much, because you know, now them too. Now them get properties in Lagos.
Just like the way Ambode, the former governor, dealt with land grabbers.
Yes. So yes,
yeah, that's right.
If you're able to do that, you know, and I pray he's able to do that, because the body is getting report. Somebody that's working in Lagos State government, at the end of the day, you don't have anything.
No shelter.
Just shelter. You spend your money on rentage, and this you don't care. They'll give you 1 year, 6 months, this and that. Pay monthly in Lagos State. That is so I mark you good small for that one. You understand? But you know, so that we will now be ready to know where these things are coming from. This is part of the security check we are talking about in Lagos State. Crime. When you are able to unburden the people. Mike, I don't pity these people. No. Watch you when they come out and say, hey, don't pity them. This lawmaker, this senator, this governor from the north. Look at the way and manner they rose against what happened in Edo State. All the 19 governors say, hey, bring them down, bring them. And you see southern governors running to the north to pay homage. But what does that tell you? But Bola Tinubu should not bring Fulani political conquest to the south. That's my fear. Because I said defection, bro. It's not ordinary defection. Look inwards and rediscover what that defection is talking about. Are we going to in that direction? So what is stopping Bola Tinubu? You know, return Nigeria to regionalism. Let every region be autonomy. Then let us see how these things are going to. Because they are already saying it that they are done with the middle belt, not even the north. You know, they have conquered the Hausas. The middle belt they have done, and their target is the south. And that was the instruction given to them by the leaders of the Sunnis and the Shiites, that they must take over whatever belongs to. Yes, it's their target. And we are, I'm telling you that it will be bloody, but I tell you it will divide the global politics, because those who are sponsoring these people are destabilizing Africa.
Then what should be done?
See, we need more of Ibrahim Traore. That's the fact. We need more of such leaders.
Is Tinubu not one?
Tinubu is not part of it. It's not part of the agenda at all. Unless maybe we are going to see a different thing, tomorrow. But because they keep on telling us we're on top of the situation, just like Buhari did for 8 years. At the end of the day, it disappeared. Another one comes in. If you not go to that side, it's no go area. Dealing with herdsmen, dealing with Fulani is no go area. Don't even go there. I will fight that when Bola Tinubu, we are going to see restructuring, we are going to return to regionalism, we are going to see all this in perfect. But look at, the man is already talking about 2027. And when he discovered that, there's the possibility that the law feel brought in by his administration, he is now consolidating on the south. Then, if you're consolidating on the south, play the game like you are always playing. Turn Nigeria to the regionalism. Let us watch the activities of these men. Boko Haram, this infiltration, Fulani conquest that is coming. Let us see what it's all about.
All right, in the comment section, Baba Yaga. Morning, Mike and Co. I was jogging this morning. When I saw the news of the twins, I had to stop. Really horrible news. Really horrible news, truly. All right, to the next one. Long Dadon. Come together as one with Fulani or without. Yoruba Nation Mega Rally is coming, and you say we should come together as one. Oh, okay. Taniola, I am referring to the youth and those that really want Nigeria to be good to come together as one. Okay, I think he's responding to Tanimola's message in the comment section. Ayola, China also did not follow the enslavers' religion, Christianity, and Islam. On to the next one. We have Oluwasegun. Okay, sorry. Okay, we still have more messages coming in, but let's leave that one. Let's move down to words. Injiko. I don't know. Injiko Indigo said about President Bola Tinubu. He said even if Soludo, is giving him full support, it will not stop the Igbos from doing the needful.
Yes, that is true.
Which means he has no hope in the East.
Oga, let the governors, see what I said, let 36 governors of the Federation vote for Bola Tinubu and let the citizens decide what will happen at the end of the day. But our fear is, of course, the INEC is now, either the army or the police or whatever. We don't know where INEC stands now, whether they don't become EFCC. INEC can turn to EFCC tomorrow.
The citizens decide, or the leaders.
Mike, I'm telling you that this INEC is a system, can turn to EFCC tomorrow.
If the citizens are the ones decided, when if I Okowa should have consulted the citizens, the electorate, before defecting to.
I keep on saying that possibly it's too early for Bola Tinubu to start flying that kind of card from the south. I don't know his strategy because unless people begin to look in deeply and begin to find out what he tends to achieve. Because by the time the whole South collapses under APC to support his ambition, you understand? Then what happens to the people, who are the real electors? That's the fear. They call him Dikenamba. Yes, even under his government, the Igbos are still being marginalized. That's true.
What does this suggest to you? Does this suggest, or does it signify a disconnect?
I think
within the populace.
I think he's a southern president.
I mean the eastern populace. Does it suggest? Does it signify a disconnect?
Yes, the disconnect there is that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu factor is already there. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, just like any other thing, is going through trial. That's the factor. Anything you want to tell an Easterner at this point in time without Mazen Nnamdi, but nobody's talking about Soludo, and all that. Even though they are coming out lately to start apologizing or whatever they did, then they are apologizing. But every youth in the entire Southeast is not interested anymore in Nigerian politics. What they are interested in is that what is happening to every eye is focused on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But those governors are not popular. Okay, anyone will say, sit at home, those governors will sit at home. I'm telling you.
Of course, May 30 is coming. May 30 is coming.
Mike, that's the level they have pushed the Easterners to.
Now, you talked about the Nnamdi Kanu factor. What about Obi? Do you think the aspirations of Obi would affect the ambition of President Bola Tinubu in the East?
Definitely. If Obi gets the ticket at the end of the day, we are going to see a slight repeat of what happened in 2023.
So there's no way.
So unless the coalition,
Tinubu
the coalition fails, Tinubu will fly. If the coalition fails, I'm not talking about this kind of coalition. I know a formidable one, a strong one that will shake Bola Tinubu very well. But if you are talking about, because see, that Bola Tinubu you're seeing, if they are not careful, it will destroy the coalition. I can tell you, it will destroy the coalition.
You already said he knows how to play that politics.
Yes, it will destroy the coalition. And once you destroy the coalition, there will be no any other attractive, candidate that will appeal to the Southeast. And the way he's going now, I pray that Omotosho, the presiding again over the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case, who happens to be one of the loyalists of Wike, should not repeat the same thing he repeated in Rivers State against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So on that note, there might be kind of sympathy for Bola Tinubu in 2027. But if there is no formidable, then Atiku should go and rest. That's what people are saying. Everybody's saying it. Then let them come up with a formidable force, you know. But like Erufai, I don't buy Erufai. Erufai is one of them. See, bros, I don't believe any Erufai. His name is in the list. You know what is happening. Come on, tell us, key bandits. Who are the bandits? Who brought them? You're a Fulani man. Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State I saw you in Kaibo during a class burial. What are you doing there? Okay, how many of them are visiting Aya Debanjo? How many Northerners are visiting Aya Debanjo? How many of them has visited Aya Debanjo since Aya Debanjo died? Why are they flooding a class burial? All the whole Northerners. But you don't understand what I mean? You don't understand what I mean?
The club was a leader.
He was a leader that destroyed his own people. Why are we not seeing them in Adebanjo's house?
Don't you want them to pay him the last?
No, what bros, no matter how you look at it, Afenifere is bigger than Pandef. Afenifere has been in existence before Pandef came.
I won't argue that with you because even when the man died, when he died, you criticized him. You said Pandef, you don't believe in it.
It's so weird they were going. Go on, them all of them were trooping to. I said, no, I saw it. I said, then what happened to Pahayo? Adebanjo. Why are they going to that place? But there's more to it. I'm telling you.
All right, before I let you go, Nigerians are asking a question about the outcome of the UTME, the JAM result. The JAM boss was crying, saying that it was a human error and all of that. Leaving about 379,999 students. How would I even tell you? Yeah. They are going to be taking the exam again. Does this make any sense?
Are they going to take the same question? Are they going to take?
Definitely, they will set another question for them.
That's why I like Fela. When Fela sang that song, you be thief, I no be thief. Argument. They steal, I know they steal. Argument. Government magic. Ross, let them go repeat it. Let us see. He apologized, accepted. He cried, accepted. Because the pressure came from relevant, parents within the context of the society. So he was scared that anything can happen to him at that point. If it's ordinary people from like us who come from farm village, nobody will say, go and sit down. That's what he will do. Who knows you?
How do you think these students will be feeling?
No, they have been given options of going back to the exam. Then let us see what will come out of there.
What about these funds that have been spent?
They won't pay again. No, if there's any other way, I don't know.
I'm talking about jam.
But jam, okay, when they see, I don't know nothing in jam. Let them go and print it and run the exam. Let people go and take the exam and continue with their lives. Simple as that. Who's going to? Is jam not corrupt? Is there any sector in Nigeria that's not corrupt? Have we not done enough? To the extent, INEC no work, JAMB no work, WAEC no work, nothing they work, transport service zero.
That's serious problem. That's where snakes swallow. Okay, JAMB.
We see. Python is living there inside JAMB office.
All right, so thank you so much. Honestly, this has left many Nigerian students hopeless, and they don't really believe in that institution any longer. With this error that
that is Nigeria factor for you. That kind of a technicality glitch in a SAM as big as JAM shouldn't have come in. But I don't want to say we are all human beings, because in some country you will not hear something like that. But let's say we are in Nigeria and something like that,
anything can happen.
But to what that man did, to some extent, I give him kudos, because this is the man that he has been there for a very long time, and I think he's facing the worst of JAMB now. And there were so many reports. Even a guy from my compound told me that almost 2 hours he was still battling with the computer. You are toying with the people's future. We are talking about future. Some. Do you hear that one lady has committed suicide because of poor result? When I look at the baby's face, very beautiful. I was wondering, you score 190. Well, if it is like, well, maybe if it is like Olodo like me, I see that I score like 190. I wouldn't be surprised that. But when a lady prepared and it got kind of a result, you may be disappointed. Unfortunately, nobody was there to comfort her, to give her a call. She committed suicide. I can't. But suicide is not the best in every circumstances. You fail this year, you can retake it next year. But it's also part of it.
Now that JAMB authority has admitted their error,
yes,
should we continue to criticize them?
We can still continue a bit.
So
but
call JAMB useless.
Don't mind when you are talking about you see that Abure, he like to play game with everything. If JAMB is useless, tell me one thing, one body that is not useless in Nigeria. You are talking about JAMB that conducted the election for how many people? Okay, what about our INEC? If JAMB is useless, what about our INEC? What about even WAEC? Sometimes that you know that you will hear that exam has been linked. What about GC? We have different miracle center has been happening. So at this moment, from the body of Oloyede, I've seen somebody that realized his mistake. But one thing that I will want to see is improvement. You see, something like this can happen, but how do you ready to improve on it? Are we going to witness the same thing the following year? And sometimes this kind of a thing, it may serve as opportunity for those students, because some of these students sometimes even go to the center with the empty head. But this is a second chance for the one that he thought he has not read well. This is opportunity for you if you fall into that category. Because even when there is no glitching, when there is no computer, some people even went to the JAMB with hair. You know them now with the Olodo head that they have. So this time around, if you know that you have something upset and it was JAMB that fuck you up, there is no problem in repeat. If you have it upset, you repeat what you know an exam and still perform. If you know this thing, you know it. There is no game about it. Somebody that know it, if you do JAMB 10 times, it will be coming out more better and better and better. That is the truth. Do you want to tell me that somebody that's called 98 in physics, 98 in chemistry, that guy from Ondo is called 360 out of 400? So to tell you that a child like that, if you continue to be sit down for exam, he will be triumph.
ASU threatens legal action against JAMB. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mr. You said they've admitted that we should just forget about it. Let the students, Okay. Well, what did you say the other time?
I'm saying good morning to our viewers all over the world, to global students. You are welcome. I see me, your man, Mr. Ojo, the global command.
So I said ASU has threatened legal action against.
No, I was reacting to what the said, that ASU has admitted fault. JAMB has admitted fault. You see, one thing is very important. Even God Almighty expects us to admit that we are wrong when we are wrong. To come out and openly tell the truth. I am wrong. I'm at fault. Please forgive me. I admit I am wrong. This is a fault on my part. Instead of covering up and stating bold face, the man has come out that this time I got it wrong. I'm at fault. I'm responsible for this mess. Please don't look any elsewhere. Look to me. I am the one who is responsible for this. I think if somebody has done that, even God expects us to admit that we are wrong when we are wrong. Okay? What is the next solution now? What is it? It's not left for you whether you want to accept, whether you want to forgive him, accept what he has said, being fault, or not. If you are not ready to forgive him, it's up to you. If you say, okay, for error you have committed, Mr. Mike, there is no forgiveness in law. What is in law is, deterrent, prosecution, take legal dress, or whether you'll be found guilty or found innocent or what you have done. But you see only a human life in terms of forgiveness. So whether the authority ahead of him will now say, sorry, what you have done is faulty, go through the law process and charge and prosecute. But he has said so.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Olagide. Now let's quickly move to insecurity. This is a worrisome situation in the country. Now the question I want to ask you now is, what's stopping the Nigerian government from treating terrorists as terrorists? What's stopping them? Looking at the situation in Zamfara, and the statement coming out from a lawmaker in Zamfara that babies are being fed. Dogs are being fed with babies by bandits.
It is very, very worrisome. But unfortunately, these people, I will not change my stand on them. And Oyese have said a lot. In fact, Oyese spoke my mind this morning. That was my stand. That when some people hide something and they join you in looking for it, you will not see the thing. All these people that you are seeing, they know about it. All these senators that come out to complain, they know the genesis, they know the idea, they know where they are going. And they will be the one that will come out to cry in the House of Assembly. Imagine somebody like Ndume will come out and tell me to say that he didn't know about the northern agenda. All our efforts, all the effort of President Bola Tinubu to put this country in a, position that is supposed to be in terms of revenue has always been kicking against by Ali Ndume. And all of these people, they believe that the Boko Haram, Bandits, Lakurawa, Mahmuda, all of them, they are foot soldiers, sending some message to them, and they see them as weapon. Unfortunately, some of our mumu from this side, they lure them into the same system. But it is very, very obvious that an average northern politician see all these things as their tools. Don't be surprised that this thing you are looking at is a calculated against President Bola Tinubu in 2027. It may be part of it. We can factor it in because they have used it before. Unfortunately, the person that we are about to fight for is also he has also benefited from it. When they wanted to come in 2015, insecurity was one of the things that they weaponized.
Yes.
Insecurity was one of the things that they raised as excuse that this man is a mumu. Do you know what I said in 2015? May God forgive me. In 2015 about Jonathan, I said I compared Jonathan with an earthworm. I compare a sick Buhari as a headless snake. And when you see a headless snake, you see an earthworm. You will rush to earthworm because earthworm cannot do again. Yes, no arm again. Ordinary shot will kill it. But an headless snake can still enjoy you. The bone, if you hit the bone and you don't know how to manage it, it can still enjoy you. That's how I conclude. These people, they are weaponizing insecurity. Okay, you have taken over. Look at the strategic now. You have taken over southeast. Northeast. You have taken over northwest. With the now it's not central. You look for another one to go to be established in the north central, which is Mahmuda in Kwara State. What is million? They cannot tell us that all this thing that is happening. Northern politician, El-Rufai cannot tell me that he didn't know about it. Buhari cannot come and tell us that they didn't know about the genesis of this thing. Up to this moment, there are some spots that Nigerian army dare not go there. There are some spots where they are still using helicopters to drop food for them. They know them. Why are they coming out to cry? It is them, not them. Look at it. At least 90% of people that perpetrated this, they are their son, born and bred in the north. As simple as that. As simple as that. And okay, maybe we will see like maybe 10% of them that come from maybe Niger Republic. And what is the difference? Fulani in Nigeria, Fulani in Niger Republic. What is different? They are Fulani. Hausa in Ghana, Hausa in Nigeria. They are the same thing. Yoruba in Southwest here, and Yoruba in Cotonou, that place. All those Yoruba in that place. You see ourselves, we speak the same. We speak Yoruba. They know themselves. They know where they are coming from. So all this cry in the House of Assembly is not going to solve the problem, except they themselves look inward at what is happening. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot have a Fulani conquest in your mind. You and still cry about insecurity. You cannot believe that it is Fulani that own this country, and you see some people try to prove that one, and you still have problem with it, you have to take one. And anybody, if you point one finger to somebody, the remaining 9 belong to you, and it's like a double-edged sword. You take it like this: one face your enemy, the other one face you. If you don't know how to use it very well, you are going to be injured as well. It's as simple as that. They are using them, and this is the fire they started, and the fire is boomeranging now. It's consuming them. Unfortunately, they are using it to affect us. If not so, all concern me. Gambari Pavula, Nicola Januna.
Yeah, Mr. Olagide, just 5 years of military operation against bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and all terrorist organizations. Citizens are still left unprotected. And I realize that it's always a big challenge to any new government. Any new government. Who remember the government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president, security challenge. Muhammad Buhari, who promised to flush out Boko Haram within 6 months or so, security challenge. He couldn't end it. This is actually Bola Tinubu, a big challenge as well. What do you think, sir?
Mr. Mike, what really happens is that, unfortunately for some southern politicians, the only thing they know is just to play politics, occupy political position, and loot and eat money, and go back to their with the money flying around. Exercising the stolen wealth. But average Northerner, his political ideology is more than just occupy political office. There's the difference between southern politicians and northern politicians, and there are select few of them who have this ideology of owning everything that we call Nigeria. That's what southern politicians have realized. Some politicians did not too. They are like southerners who just come to political office, hold the political office, make money, go back. But there are some fundamentalists, there are some few fundamentalists who are separatists. There are some, yes, that's one for them. There are some separatists among them that their own thinking is more than just occupy political office, make money, go back and sit down and be spending money. Their own ideology is owning everything, conquering everything, holding everything, and become the lord over the rest people. These are the people that are championing the ideology you have right now. The Fulani ideology of conquest of the entirety of Nigeria. If succeeded in doing that in the corner, all the other states have been conquered. Now, they have extended it to the middle Vietnam. Governor of Plateau State said the Fulani herdsmen that are killing people, displacing people in my state, they are foreign Fulani herdsmen. And the best headquarter, the number one institution of military institution of Nigeria, of which President Bola Tinubu is a commander-in-chief, has also confirmed that report, meaning that foreigners are now coming to Nigerian territories, Nigerian indigenous places, and killing people, displacing them, and occupying the place.
And what are they doing about it?
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. That average Southerner has never gotten that mindset to see that, look, if this is going now, it has left us, it has gone to Middle Belt. It's coming to their own land too. They've never had that conviction. They are still believing in what is not existing, that one Nigeria. Oh, but if they have believed this, they've not realized that, thank God, it's a pity Akeredolu, it's a pity we have lost Akeredolu. But I know this champion, this matter will have gone beyond this in Southwest, I'm sure. It's the Southern position have never realized this fact. They knew that all these people are already in their land. They are in every look kind of part of the South. Yes, instead of them to take a decisive decision to come out and arrest, don't let me use the word arrest.
Arrest the situation.
Yes, right? The situation. Yes. Call Nigerian local Fulani people and ask them this question: how come about foreign Fulani come to Nigeria and be killing our people in our land, displacing them and turning them to handicap, and the foreign Fulanis are occupying their land? I'm not saying they should suspend them, but call them into question. I mean, Nigerian local Fulanis, the one headed by Sultan Sokoto and all the emirs. And let us hear what they will say. When they will say they don't raise a basis. If you say they don't raise a basis, okay. We have Nigerian Intelligence Agency, the Director of Mission of Intelligence. They can fish out who are the perpetrators of this, who are the facilitators. Mr. Mike, there cannot be this without facilitators. There must be local facilitators who are facilitating these people to Nigeria. If you are not here, you are a facilitator to this program. If you are not here, we'll be here, Mr. Mike. You are a facilitator to this program we are doing now. There are facilitators of these people into the country. Then government should now It's just because Tinubu is. I told you yesterday on Tuesday. I'm not really some crazy. I told you Tinubu will play politics with our life. Otherwise, if Tinubu had been very decisive to want to root out this man, by the time you call local people and ask them question, want to know who are the persons, or if they tell you they know anybody, okay, give me a searchlight, and you surely get to the root of it. But Tinubu is ready to do that. He's playing politics because for 2027. He wants his teaching with kid glove so that levity. Yes, so I can secure vote from them. Supposing you have a radical person like Akeredolu, who hear Malami and told him stood his ground. Yes, and call the governors of Southwest and say, come, I'm not talking about party now. Forget about your party application and reality. I'm talking about security. I'm talking about Yoruba land now. It's about to be conquered. Let's come and form Amotekun to secure as a safeguard to it. If you are getting a silent president with such determination, who sees that his land is about to be conquered, you have got a different case. But Tinubu is not doing that. He's not. Yes, I can do my so recipe. But Tinubu is not doing that. He's very reluctant. He's always a just to make use of every situation for political gain to himself, for himself ambition. That's why the people are. That's why they are still going on.
Do you think the president is reluctant?
Yes, he's very reluctant.
I believe because he's very reluctant. The constitutional duty of any government or any president is to protect life and property.
Because that's one person.
Very reluctant.
Very reluctant.
Tinubu doesn't send anybody from offset, even from his body language. When they killed the daughter of a pastor, Arakuri, and people were accusing that it was Fulani, do you know the question your president had? He said, "Where are the cow? Where are the cow?" What? Why? What kind of a question is that? Okay, now after they now arrested the suspect, who are they? They are Fulanis. The suspect have been arrested and jailed. But who are they? When we are accusing them, so it's like they are like my brother has said that they are playing the bloody politics, using our blood to play politics for personal gain. That is the truth of the matter. President Bola Tinubu know about this. If we importing Fulani from around the world, there is no way he will not know about it. Tinubu is a big fish in APC, and it's one of the things that they do. We are not the one that's saying this. It is coming out from their mouth. There was one woman, is it Mama Taraba or something, that said, if I told you what we did in APC, Nigeria will not remain one again. When they started having problem with that woman, maybe I've forgotten that there's one woman, maybe is from Adamawa or something. Yes, she said, if I told you what we, that is the situation we find ourselves. The fire that they make is now consuming them. Very, very unfortunate. And this our southern governor, our southern president, they know about it. Some of them keep silent. I don't know how Fulani now make it, I mean, to this extent that they can plant or uproot any governor. Even if they are not ready, if they are unable to uproot you politically, spiritually, they will uproot you. Look at what is happening. So many people that have been coming in to be on their neck have been systematically uprooted. Up to this moment, how Arotile, that lady, Air Force lady, do you know that lady, how she got killed? Up to this moment, we are able to, I mean, what behind her death. And what you are told is that the lady, it's like they want to go for operation. Yes, Arotile, the lady now changed the date before the appointed date. She has went. Because you know that if they don't give, if you want go on that date, they will have given them information. Before the date, set date, the lady has gone there to carry out some information. And look at Lagbaja. When Lagbaja came and they said, Lagbaja, Tamedo, your nose want to be longer than your, don't worry. For summer, is removed. Systematically.
Did they remove it or?
These people died. Even the death of Akeredolu, died in natural death. I'm born and bred in Yoruba land. Let me tell you, God forbid, if they give anybody spiritual attack, like this, you carry him to hospital. They will see something now. They can call it cancer. They will give it any name. But from the source is different. So many attack, when they strike that arrow, when you carry it to hospital, they will say it's cancer. But on a much more deep something, you will see that it's a strike. It's a strike. And this Fulani, let me tell you, because they have agenda of conquest, there is nothing they will not do to checkmate anybody that want to, come against them. They are ready spiritually, physically, and they are brave. Let me tell you one scenario that happened in this Ogba on Sunday. We sat down there and we saw some of this one that they usually, drag on Boris on something. Lame people, the lame people that they usually drag themselves on, and they come to that joint there. They came to beg for money. That guy was a police officer, and he was offering them. The guy wanted to tell them, so he was offering them drinks. Come and take drink. If you see the kind look that they give him, that do you see us like that one? Now say, if I shot you now, do you think I will not find drugs in your body? You refuse to take alcohol, but you are smoking, but you can consume drugs. That day, we just beg the man that let them go. Imagine somebody, a layman on the I don't know what to even call that one. Is it a black box? He was threatening a man that is taller than me, a police officer. He was threatening. When that one was threatening, the man was not fear at all, because he know that you cannot do him anything. You cannot do somebody that came to beg. He couldn't keep his mouth silent. We just say, oh yeah, alele, all of them now go. That is the mindset of every one of them. Immediately they set up from that place and come to this place. They have given them orientation. They know that nothing can happen. They are the only one that can kill, and nobody dare to even pick them. That is the truth of the matter. They have this agenda. So if a layman on the platform doesn't fear and is a beggar, what about their politician? The audacity is too much. They can put finger into anybody's face and they don't respect anybody.
Now that the government has failed to protect us, should local communities start harming themselves, or what?
Mr. Mike, I've told you, I've said this on this platform.
Should we start protecting ourselves by getting arms, weapons?
Nigeria Constitution says that we are entitled to self-defense. Yes, that's what Nigeria Constitution says. We are entitled to self-defense. And I've even said that if Fulani herdsmen, killer squad of Fulani herdsmen were not licensed by government to be carrying arms, what I would just tell anybody is that look for how you can arm yourself too, because government is not armed, have not arrested any of them for carrying arms to kill people. So if whichever way every community can also get themselves armed to defend themselves, that's the only thing that Juma has said. Is many prominent leaders are not saying it. Is because we are not listening up to these people? I'm telling you, Pastor was giving us, I think on Monday, the percentage, the population figure of Fulani in different African countries. He said he checked that of Nigeria, they are just about 15 million. And Igbos are more than 50 million in Nigeria.
Times 5.
That's right. Yoruba are more than maybe more than 8. What about middle best people? If 50 million can be holding over 20 million population into ransom, that means the rest population they are not serious. Yeah, they are not serious. That's why I said our standard politicians, they are not working up to the realization of this point. They couldn't see the difference between their political ideology and that of another ideology. That their own is just to come, I'm talking about stand up, just to struggle and get political office, eat money and go and be bragging. That's their own. To get there are separatists among them who are going on this political agenda. So the issue is that let every community, every locality, because the force to security defense of their locality. If this Oba considers to security defense where would they go hide?
And in response to the worsening security crisis, Governor President Bola Tinubu and governors in Nigeria are deploying over 130,000 security forest.
Forest guard. Mr. Mike, if they are done that, let's commend them. That is a good development. As a starting point. Let's see how far that will go. But that is government, provision. That's government preparation. That's government institution. I'm saying let each community, let traditional rulers of each community and the leaders of each community begin to call the inhabitants, their citizens, their subjects together. Say, you people, we have traditional rulers in Oba now. This we have to keep out of here. This here. Call people to there's that law association. There's a CDAs. Community Development Association, begin to call those people, residents of that area, into security defense to security network and begin to guide their area. Begin to man security check on every kind of them. If you have it all around, somebody that don't where these people will hide. If they are running away from Oba, if they get to Akilo there, those ones of Akilo will arrest them. There will be no easy place for them. But because our leaders at different locality has not responded, our traditional leaders, our present leaders, they are not done so. Everybody is just fully unconcerned because it has not gone to them.
I pray it doesn't go beyond this. But let everybody become a conscious and become a security conscious member of security force in this whole area. By the time you have this in place, they will pick them like I don't know how to say this in English. How to bring okay to bring sharp from the city yes. You begin to pick because they'll be isolated wherever they are. You just be picked one by one and they'll be eliminated from the society. That's the solution. But the one government is doing,
okay.
I commend every day.
130 security guards have been deployed into the forest.
How far, Mr. Mike? These things still buttress.
Do you think it will go a long way?
It cannot go anywhere.
Curbing,
it cannot go anywhere. And this one even buttress my point that President Bola Tinubu is convinced because he's somebody that believes in power division. This one that is doing now is still about federal government of 18. What happened to the proposed state police? For goodness sake, if you actualize state police, some will use it effectively. People that are state that has money, they will use it effectively.
Will this solve the problem?
It will go along this one that is doing now. This one we have a one body that will be controlling it, which is federal government. But by the time you have the one that each 36 state we have 36 state governor, we have control over the one in their place according to their power, according to their seriousness. That one is different. This one is still talking about. They will still go and appoint one, maybe director general or one clinical safeguard, maybe guard general. They will call that one. I don't know. You see, I need to call that one before they deploy that one. Before they okay, don't we have Nigeria army? When we have a Nigeria army that could not respond, where an operation is taking place very close to their barrack. Are you not talking about forest guard? That is the problem. Why not? Let us go into power division. Let power come down to the people. Let power come down to the governor. Now, if they mismanage it, we know where we are going to deal with them from that point. Okay, what stopped President Bola Tinubu from, sponsor a bill that will empower an organization like Amateco and encourage each region to be and go and create.
In the southeast, they have
yes, that
security
network. Why not create? Yes, now why not look for a situation where governor, all those security, each region security architecture will be able to empower. At least they will be able to carry guns, not then guns, not catapults. Get them armed. A desperate situation needs a desperate measure. We have get to the point that with anything that requests, our attention about security need to be a speedy something. People are losing their life, but what we are seeing is the fact is the case. They are playing politics with everything and the flow is down.
All right, no matter the support you are giving, it won't stop the Igbos from voting their choices.
Mr. Mike, it won't stop me. First, number one, voting my choice. 2023 election, I view all the candidates, I made my choice, and I was convinced whether the person did not win. So whether anybody is giving support,
that's Soludo.
Yes,
Soludo supporting President
Soludo
Bola
has a
Tinubu.
constitutional human right to vote for whoever he likes, but he does not have constitutional right to compel another woman to vote
the
for
citizens.
Yes,
To vote.
He can only campaign happy and sell his own candidate to them. They have their constitutional rights. I was not forced to vote for anybody when I voted 23. So he does not have that constitutional right to vote.
Not just when you voted Peter Obi.
Of course, I was convinced that
was your choice.
It was my choice. I'm a Yoruba man. Tinubu is a Yoruba man too, but I'm convinced that is my candidate. So and I went for him.
Igbo has the right. The Igbos have the right to restrict.
Igbo has every right. Just I was not compelled to vote for Tinubu. I was not compelled to vote for another person. Somebody who I believe this is my choice. I voted for Obi. That's what my conviction is. So Soludo, he has the constitutional right to vote for his choice, and has the constitutional right to campaign for his candidate with among other Igbos, but he does not have the constitutional right to compel or force or coerce any Igbo man to vote to go along his own way. And Igbo has the right to vote for individual choices. Even that some Igbo did not vote for Obi, yes. Soludo told Obi before the election that his only way to will not win. So there are many people who did not vote for Obi, and there are some really that vote for Obi. So it's a choice of individual. Soludo, yes, they have spoken. People have heard you, but leave them, let them make up their mind. They are conscious to vote for candidate of their choice.
All right.
Yes.
Well, it's very, very obvious that Igbo people, they are Republican in nature, and they have their own minds. They cannot be forced or gagged or compelled to do what they don't want to do. They are, at least they are popular for that. So, and I know immediately I saw Tinubu at that Anambra, I know that Tinubu is more wiser than this. That he will not rely, first of all, on numerical strength of Southeast to dare not, to dare the northern voters. What is their numerical strength? Calculate all the votes we get in the Southeast, put it together. It may be equal to only one Kano state. That's the truth of the matter. So I know him that is more politically sagacious, more than relying on the Southeast. Is it numerical strength? Is it loyalty? How will Igbo people leave Obi and vote for Tinubu in 2027? Yes. If you reason like that, then you must be a fool. Me that I'm not a politician, I will not reason like that. But one thing that I'll tell Igbo people is that they should sleep with their eyes, one eyes, and open the other one, so that their election, their result will not be rigged. All those ones that they are planting there is a plant to rig the election, not to win. They know that they cannot win, but they can rig. The way it happened in River State, APC didn't win there, but it was rigged and they win. So that's my conclusion.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. Mr. Vincent and Mr. Kuni, welcome on the program.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, the viewers. Thank God for life. We are here again. Thank God for being there for us.
Good morning, Mr. Mike. Good morning, our esteemed audience globally. I say good morning to Nigeria as a whole. Thank you. It's another good morning, another Thursday.
Well, how would you describe this kind of nation? How would you describe this kind of country? A country where babies are being fed to dogs. How would you describe the security situation in that country?
First of all, Mike, I will tell you that I'm even mentioning on this platform that Nigeria is a country where human life is so cheap. And I made mention now, I think that statement has further been accentuated with the recent development that babies are being fed, human beings, babies are being fed to the dogs by these so-called outlaws or bandits. Then it goes to show that Nigeria, every rank and file, every nooks and cranny in Nigeria is already depleted to a kind of absurdities. It will continue to become a recurring deceiver because as long as we continue to mount it before the authorities to do the needful in stemming all these security challenges, nipping it in the bud for once and for all, so that we can have a semblance of good living. But everything has fell on deaf ears. Must we continue to live like this? Why have we come to this stage? You look at the successive government we've had in time past. And what are the proactive measures they have taken? You see, you can see the deluge of terrorist organization in our country as if this is their main domain. You see all those people from the Sahel region, the Sudanese, the Niger, the Mali, everything is coming here. You now check, when you now check the trajectory of all these outlaws and bandits, you check where they are coming from and how come they have come to settle here, because this is where the milk and honey is. I want to say it now. If you ask me that which country of all the countries in the world that is richly endowed like Nigeria, I would say Nigeria comes first. No country is richly endowed like Nigeria. But why are we living like somebody who is how do I call it, who is in Somalia? Then you begin to wonder what has gone wrong with our ruling elite, our leaders that are holding reins of power in this country. You begin to wonder, how come have we found ourselves in this Nigeria, in this circus? I call it a circus because it's becoming something every day we keep on talking about one particular thing without any proactive measure being taken. Everything, every statement being made by successive government has always been reactionary. It has never been proactive. It is very annoying, it is mind-numbing, it is heart-wrenching. As I'm standing here, you and I, we are not safe. We are not safe. We are just by mercy we are here. Today you hear somebody has been mowed down. Another person has been named. Tomorrow, every day we keep on hearing all gales of sad stories emanating from our media. And the government is not doing anything. They are just lying low. I said it on this platform. There are most in this government. if anything must be done concerning our security architecture, it should also look within. Who have been enlisted into our security outfit. Now, I just heard of recent now that then the president said that he is commanding the states to to dispose of forest gas into our forest to mine it. Then what elementary tried measures have they taken to see that those people they are were trained accordingly to be able to stem or challenge those attackers? Then you begin to wonder. It's just to mount it without working it. But when you talk, you have to walk your talk. That is what shows a proactive government. But in a situation where a government is so docile, is just not moving, then you begin to wonder: are we just there then until when we are being killed before government will not say they are doing something? For the analogical steps being taken by this present government cannot meet the AI that we are currently in. Everybody is moving toward AI now, artificial intelligence. We are now in a digital space. Whatever needs to be done should be done accordingly, commensurate with what the time says. We cannot continue like this. That's my take for now.
Mr. Akunle, this shows how incompetent this administration is in tackling security. Why should President Bola Tinubu prioritize 2027 election over security challenges we are passing through?
Wow. My good morning.
I don't think the president should be talking about 2027 election.
It's like you took that words. That is words I have in mind already. That is prioritizing the political space than the life of Nigeria. And I can say it categorically. Mr. President should get all his energy on the security of the nation now, not about politics. Because the people that are still going to vote for you, once they get killed, what will be left? Nothing will be left. So to me, they should tackle that insecurity as it is now. And they know themselves. These politicians, they know themselves. They know who is who. They know who is who. They know who can do that, this. They know who is behind them. And I'm so just shocked. Mike, I'm so just shocked that none of our southern leaders there, they are bold enough, Mike, to say it as it is. They know all these guys. Is it not good men that go into the forest to go and meet Boko Haram, to go and start negotiating their demand? Is it not good men? Is it not talk of who is who? Udume will tell you some Boko Haram are calling him at so time of the day, and this is their demand in the Aulo chamber there. That is when you still start hearing all this. But what is our whole southern leaders? What are they doing? And they've forgotten that there is a conquest agenda they embark on right from Usman Danfodio. And we have a plate number of a state one time that is born to rule. Yes, it was the boldness of President Obasanjo then that said he gave them 2 weeks. To remove that born to rule. They are born to rule where? Born to rule all other regions. You now start ruling all other regions at your own peril. I think you see the country as it is. Mr. President should play less politics with our life the way it is now, because we can no longer withstand all these things that is going on. Look at what is going on within our soldiers there, and there are most that are giving out information. Why has the president? Why has he failed, or he has not called out Malami and let him have a clue of those terrorist sponsors they arrested in Saudi, in Dubai the other time, and they said they cut them up and they are going to give them secret trial. And since then, we've never heard anything. And Mr. President has not deemed it fit to engage NSA. That's Malam to call out Malami to come and explain how the trial was stopped about those sponsors. Because these people you are seeing, they are people funding them. They are people pushing out. When you talk of cash of the highest order, when you talk of the dollars of the highest order, they are the people exchanging that cash for them to buy ammunition. So once they don't have somebody that is beating the drum behind them, I think they cannot go far. But there are people that are beating the drum. You are just looking at those Fulani S-men that are killing, that they are terrorizing people. But there are people behind them. They are sponsoring them, and those sponsorer is what we need to tackle.
Well, it seems the president is lagging behind when it comes to tackling this issue of insecurity. What happens to his election? His re-election bid?
The re-election bid.
Don't you think this will be a factor?
It will be a factor.
That will hinder him.
Yes, it's a monumental factor for any candidate who is even, having that notion of ruling this country again. Because security matter has become a mantra of sorts. And when you see that, when you look at that security, because on security is a template upon which every other thing is laid. Because if the nation is not secure, how can you attract investors? How can you attract foreign direct investment? Any sensible businessman will not put his money or her money in a place that is not secure. In terms of climatic, in terms of economy, everything, he will first of all think twice before he or she will bring his money that is sweated for to come and invest in such a country. And security matter is a serious thing. For any candidate that wants to even win or win the heart of the electorate, I think he should give us a realistic view how he or she will combat security challenges in Nigeria. Because when you look at it, let me take you that memory lane. I want to believe that if successive government up to this day have done the needful, I will take you back a case in point in Kano. Okay. You remember the Matasini riot in Kano? Then up to this day, no government has given have given us a vivid account how they came to use Kano as their abode up to this present time. Now from there we start having Lakurawa, we have ISWAP, we have all other bodies. They are all in the name of religion. As at this morning today, Custom just sees some Quran. Is in the papers of today. Yeah. When you see those things, you see that those Quranists embedded in those Quran are explosives. But when you see that is being carried out, you think that they are going for maybe ablution or whatever. You begin to wonder, why have we found ourselves in this kind of mess? Can we continue like this? You see, what I really want is that they should look inwards. There are moves in the government. Aziza case was a case in point. He was the national security advisor to President Bola Jonathan. He came out boldly to tell Mr. President, there are moves in this government. What happened next? He was to attend a function. Oroto Douglas in Port Harcourt. All of a sudden, the plane crashed. Then you can see Arotilewa with one lady like that. The Air Force lady. Tolulope Arotilewa. You know what happens to her? Because this is a brilliant person, he was mowed down in his prime. In her prime. When she was to become an asset to the security, architecture of this country.
Sir, the Watowa, how about the first governors, Christian governors? That they team up with what's it called? This General Aziza.
Let me just make my point. Right. Then when you see all these things, it is not just happening. You begin to see that there are histories to some happenings and events in Nigeria. Take another case in point. Lagbaja, the former chief of army staff. How did that? Because he took up the guy, saying that okay, he is going to confront headlong all these terrorists in their trenches. We even saw him going to Obonu, clad in a military combat uniform. But what happened at the end of the day? He died. I think nobody's telling us what happened.
No, even the international community should not be left out of this whole matter.
Yes, the international community.
Is the international community doing enough?
No, they are not.
Are they doing enough to help Nigeria out of this quagmire?
Let me tell you one thing. Our country has been turned to a guinea pig that you can play with anyhow. You know why? Because if you look at the international community, let me bring you down memory lane. Okay. Because you see, there was a case in point. You know, we used to have this peacekeeping force. You remember what happened in Somalia? That the United States, you know, we used to have allies of the United States of America in Africa. When they see that, America will see that if there is no natural endowment in that land, he will say, I will only support you with money. The allies in Africa to go there and carry their force to go there and do whatever they ask them to do. But anywhere they see that there is chunk of resources, America will run there. Say, this is our, cash cow. This is where our meat comes from. That's what they do. I can even continue to tell you, even if you have read a book called with the Wings of God, written by Sidney Sheldon, you begin to wonder how diplomacy is being played. That is the kind of country Nigeria has been turned to.
That Mr. Kunle, are they ready to help us out of this problem?
You mean the
international community?
The international community that
and is Nigerian government willing to allow them help the country?
Are they prepared to be helped? That's one thing. You could remember the American combat. They came under Jonathan one time, and they said they should give their master plan of how they will engage the battle, how they are going to engage the battle. And they waited for Nigerian government to come up with their master plan for a while. And meanwhile, what these guys just said was, this Boko Haram you are talking of that you talk to rocket science is just fleet. They will just fleet the whole environment from the erudite. And I mean, that would be the end. Like mosquito.
That was then.
That was then.
Now?
Now again.
They are waxing stronger.
Now again, they have to wax stronger because we forgot one thing. That
can you just that was, them like that?
They will forget one thing, that the Arab Emirates there, they have backup from the Arab Emirates, in which are their brothers likewise. It's just like the case of Netanyahu that invited one of the Arab Emirates country there and was telling them, you people are funding those Hezbollah, and you still expect me to down the tools, to down the weapon I'm using to tackle them. No, it cannot work until you people stop funding them, pushing big money, big cash into them. Same thing as Nigeria. Some people are funding those people. It might be from the Arab, Emirates side. And I think Nigerians has not seen, and they have not opened their eyes towards that area, that these people, where are they getting their funds from? Nevertheless, we have the Nigerian supporter, Nigerian sponsor within here, and that is why the issue of this Malami then is coming to play now, because they caught those people in Dubai. Those sponsors, they caught them in Dubai.
And so UAE released the list at that point.
But what happened to the list?
And what's stopping President Bola Tinubu from visiting that list?
Yeah, Mike. That's what I say. The president, he should not play politics with our life.
I want to say one thing.
Mr. President should not play politics with our life. That's one thing I want to say.
The recent case of the killings of the Z14 or 16 in Edo State, it's an eye-opener to the way their trajectory is a kind of you see, when you look at apart from bearing arms, they also had with them cache of loads of money, and they say they are forest rustlers. From where to where? And you left your own domain. You are coming to my own domain to come and rustle. What is rustling in my domain? Then you begin to wonder. That is why I want to salute the courage of the Iromi guys for being proactive, because even though the authorities seem so deaf to all these warnings for a proactive measure to be taken against this, you can see the audio of violence on that in Edoland and other western states like Ondo, Ekiti. You see, another case in point is Akeredolu, the late of blessed memory. We saw the proactive measure he took while in office. Even calling the bluff of whosoever the Fulani, whatever they say. Because he said this is his domain. He's in charge. He wants to give a semblance of sanity and security consciousness to his people. And he did according to his strength. You see, when you continue to look all these things, it goes to show that the government too Are you telling me that they are not complicit in this act? Are they from the moon? Are they people that cannot be touched? The people, I want to tell you that most of the people in the National Assembly there, they are also their members. They are on their paid books. That's why you continue to see all this kind of thing happening in this kind of society. And the way we are looking at it now, Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder, which might explode anytime soon. Because we have been saying it repeatedly. It seems that the president is not even listening to our own talk. Any reasonable talk is just playing politics with our lives.
Where's our Tukado?
Where's our Tukado? Even Tukado or no Tukado, is it not human resources that is going to man those gadgets? What are the training given? Because I said it earlier on that you see, when you give somebody an instrument to go and prosecute what threat missionary this thing that you collect elementary missionary accomplishment, you ask from all those kinds of things. Okay, you have gone to this forest. Okay, how far have you gone? How many terrorists have you really captured? What are the bottlenecks? What are the hindrances? How can we overcome it? We don't get all those things. Everything they just they spend 19 trillion naira on security, they spend social trillion naira, and which is not even having any bearing. You cannot see it.
Yes, my brother. Sorry. What I have to say now is, let there be state police. They should bring the state police back to. They should bring it on board. It's just like the policy of the president is too slow for me. I can't just wait for the politics, for the policy to be, for him to engage on all this policy. If you have a state police, we will have a less burden about all this insecurity and the issue of just federal police alone. Before you can even call a police, what's it called, to the police general, what they call them, inspector general of police, you have to first of all, any governor has to first of all, reach him before you can get things sorted out. Now you see the problem now. All the policy Mr. President has been saying, let him start. We want the manifestation of all those policies. It's better now than never, because it's not just by mouth. And Mike, you can't believe that our distribution channel of the power grid has collapsed for a while now, and that is what we are suffering today. And the sufferness is just too much now. And I don't know whether the Minister for Power, Mr. Adelabu, is aware of this, that we cannot work with our, the Baba alone has to go and start buying the, what's it called, petrol for him to, service his customer. Are you impoverishing that person, or you are engaging him, or you are helping him? And you see, these are a lot of things that the majority of them stay in the class house, and they are throwing stone of policy that we should not, that will consume a lot of the masses. And I'm not just too happy, because I likewise myself, I've been affected by this, what's it called, the turban that is not working.
All right, President Tinubu and his gang have a problem of misleading. Sorry, Tinubu and his gang have a problem of misplaced priorities. The north is burning with insecurities, but all their focus is in the southeast that has no problem. Now, this brings me back to what I wanted to ask you before reading this message. An affiliate of Ohaneze Indigo, an Igbo forum, has rejected the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu in Southeast, saying that no matter the endorsement of President Bola Tinubu by the Anambra State Governor Soludo, the Igbos will still make their own choice.
Yes, it has already accentuated my position on this matter. I did mention on this platform that even if Soludo is sticking towards Bola Tinubu ambition for 2027, it's just one out of millions of the Anambrarians, or rather the Southeast. Because everybody knows that when it comes to politics in Nigeria, they say Afenifeku. It's no longer Afenifeku. It's Afenifeku. All of them are fighting for their stomach. Because I want to see that Soludo used to me before the now, it used to be a kind of a technocrat, a Bodun technocrat, when he held sway as the CBN governor. But now, his body language, his teaching was, he's trying to play politics along the lines of what obtains in the political parliament called Nigeria. I want to believe that he is just saying he's just one out of the millions. If how do you call that organization says that they will not support him in supporting Tinubu, I think they also have that constitutional right to so do. I want to believe that whatever anybody believe in, he should continue if it will pay off.
What does this rejection signify as we build up to the 2027 election?
It signifies destructive in politics for them, because I can't see any party they want to align with now. They've aligned with PDP. It did not work, because I told you they are the biggest spender in that party. And now if they want to go back to the Fulani they have been aligned with, let it so be it. That has been on the board since 1960. They've been aligned with the Fulanis for a while, but now the reality has to come that southern state has to come together now. But north, south, east should not be excluded from the agenda we are having now. It's not all about Tinubu. It's all about to get our freedom from this charlatan Fulani.
All right, sir. Before I let you go, Mr. Kule, somebody is saying you are not looking sweet and handsome. I think you are not cashing out from the APC.
I'm looking. It's God, man. It's God. God supersedes all other human. It's God. It's God blessing. I'm saying. So, and God will still keep blessing me. Every day I go to church, I pray. Yesterday, I went on marathon prayer, 60 minutes marathon prayer. I think somebody can buttress it here, because one of our reviewer here was part of this, and I went there, I danced like David, and I would like so that was
dance like David.
Yeah, as I know, I know that's how it's the church at the face now, the prayer, and God is helping me. Not you.
All right, there's a Chima Kule. Have you now know that you have been lying to us here that the Southeast is rooting for President Bola Tinubu?
Yes, definitely. I can tell you, but the stakeholders, political stakeholders, they are rooting for President Bola. But the non-state stakeholders, they are the one dragging their feet on the floor. You can say, I don't know the party they want to support, because Obi party is dead already on arrival. I'm talking of Labour. There's no coalition.
What advice would you give to Obi at this point in time? The problem in Labour crisis is increasing on a daily.
Yeah, what advice I can give to you?
I don't know if it will be carpeting to PDP or will still remain in Labour Party.
They rubbish him in that PDP. If they rubbish him, and his people have told him that he cannot be second, the vice president anymore, will they want the presidency? Now, how do you want to get the presidency? That is the APC, the state actors are aligned with now. All the state actors that who in the what's it called now in the southeast, they are aligned with it. Well, I don't know where the non-state actors, I'm talking of the youth, they have a different agenda. I don't know the agenda yet, but they should think twice, because they will still start calling on marginalization. But this is the right time, and anything the southeast can be as governor president now, it has to be through the APC now. Forget about anything that is going on. It's a reality. I'm saying it now, because PDP has failed them, and they cannot go on that, except they want to click to Abga, and all other parties will support Abga because of Obi. That's the way out.
All right, let's briefly have gentleman mic before we have Oluwan and Mr. Jack. Gentleman mic.
Good morning.
All right, so we're talking about the state of insecurity in the country, and under the watch of President Bola Tinubu, Nigerians are being killed on daily basis. And the latest in town is the one coming from the lawmaker in Zamfara. That's bandits fed babies with dogs. Bandits fed babies with dogs. How does it sound to you?
Very, very hard rendering.
Is this hard to believe?
It's unbelievable. Sounds